My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
We acknowledge the traditional owners of country throughout Australia and recognise their continuing connection to land, waters and culture. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Welcome to This Song Is Yours, a music podcast where we chat to a new guest each week, talk about their life and creative endeavours, and talk to them about some of the music they love. Our show works by chatting to our guests about music, their songwriting technique, and occasionally getting them to make you a playlist of the songs they love. Welcome to episode 143. I'm your host, Simon Fink. Our guest today is Siobhan Cotchin. The old country singer-songwriter from Perth is gearing up to release her debut EP next week, entitled Highways and Heartbreaks. In today's episode, we're speaking with Siobhan about country music and popular culture, her brand new EP, and we discuss our mutual admiration for Taylor Swift. Here we go. Our guest today is an incredible singer-songwriter from Perth who blends folk, country and pop together beautifully. Earlier this year, she released the brilliant single Tucson and is following it up next week with the release of her debut EP entitled Highways and Heartbreaks. Please welcome to This Song Is Yours, Siobhan Cotchin. Hello, how are we?
I'm good. I'm doing good.
That's good to hear. Whereabouts are you joining us from today?
I'm in Perth.
Oh, beautiful. A few of the acts we've spoken to in the last few weeks have been commenting on how muggy Perth has been lately, or how warm it's kind of been playing up.
Yeah, it's been really humid. I actually don't know why I'm wearing a jumper. Anyway, yeah, it's been really like moody and like angsty, and I kind of love it, but it's also kind of like I miss the sunshine a little bit. But it's been kind of, it's been really weird. It's been very weird.
I know lots of people enjoy the sunshine and, going out and partying. I am a fan of the moodier weather, if you will. The kind of like grey skies. Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Twilight. And I just pretend like I'm in Forks, Washington, and there's a vampire in love with me. Right? It's great. It's actually very good. It's easy to write songs. It's like moody. So it's so embarrassing. I don't know why.
God, no, not at all. In all fairness, those Twilight soundtracks had some incredible songs and artists on them. So I think that's pretty cool. I'll pay respect to that.
It's like a perfect excuse to put on the Twilight soundtracks when it's like a really muggy day. I just love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
100%. Oh, God, what was... Like there was a death... we could spend a while talking about the artists on the Twilight soundtracks.
Oh, yeah. It's very...
We are here to talk about your music today because it is a bit of an exciting time in that you've got an EP coming out next week.
Yeah. It's pretty scary, like it always is when releasing new music, but I'm really proud of it and I hope people enjoy it. So, yeah.
Of course. It is the EP is entitled Highways and Heartbreaks, and we have been lucky enough, it does come out March 31st, so it's coming out next week. We have been lucky enough to have a bit of a sneak peek and a listen, and I have to say that I don't know what it is. I do always enjoy like a sad cowboy or cowgirl. This EP is fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's okay. I know that before we started recording, you were kind of commenting that you couldn't believe it was like how close it was in proximity to release. How long has the EP been in the works now?
Well, I started recording it last year, like middle of last year, I think. And I'm a real perfectionist, so it took me a while to really make sure that everything was like the way that I wanted it to be, and it was like 100%. So yeah, it took a while to like perfect, but I'm just glad it's finally coming out and I don't have to worry about it anymore. I think that's the thing, like whenever I'm releasing music, like I just want to like release it and then it's like done and it's like a huge weight off your shoulders. So yeah, so it's been a while, but it's finally coming out.
It is coming out. It's very exciting. And I think the main single so far, Tucson, has been getting quite a bit of attention for you, which is very exciting. A lot of people seem to love this song.
I know. I'm kind of shocked because I feel like it's pretty country, and I feel people are kind of hesitant to listen to country. There's like this stigma around it, you know, it's very, I don't know, rednecks and all that stuff. And I feel like, yeah, people have this preconceived idea of what country is, but I'm glad people have given it a chance and actually really like it. So that's, yeah, it's a real relief. So yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned that. We were talking to, we were talking to Charlie Collins, the musician, the other day, who will be on a future episode by the time this one comes out. But we were discussing.
I love her.
She is fantastic. Her new album is coming out soon, and so that will be, on everyone's radar. But we were discussing with her this kind of what you just said, how country music still, it seems to be better in 2022, but still kind of has this weird thing floating around it of I guess the instant thing you think of is rednecks, whatever else, but that it also seems to be more, I don't know, that it's permeating popular culture more in 2022. Like we've got Casey Musgraves, Orville Peck, at Splendor in the Grass. You've got all these like alt country people coming out. Like, do you think that it is getting better or are you finding it better in 2022?
Absolutely. I think, yeah, those artists like Casey Musgraves, Orville Peck, Lil Nas X even, you know, like they're sort of these really, really popular artists that are, you know, bringing like Western wear into the public and like making it trendy and stuff, which is great. And I think having Orville Peck and Lil Nas X, these queer icons, you know, singing country music, you know, I think that it just opens the genre up a little bit more. So it kind of shows that like anyone can sing country music and it's a storytelling genre and, you know, everyone has a story. And, I mean, I'm so in awe of Orville Peck. And I think he's been a huge inspiration for me and I just love what he's doing at the moment. And, it's like, yeah, it's those are the artists that are sort of bringing country to like a new, more diverse audience and making it more accessible to everyone. I think that's a really, really cool thing to see.
100%. Just a second ago, you mentioned that it is a storytelling genre, and so far, all the reviews in our research for today, one thing that seems to be evident in everyone's kind of write-up is that the storytelling ability in your songs seems to be that of someone years past where you are at the moment, in terms of that you seem to have a very wise and old soul in terms of storytelling. I'm not sure if I articulated that correctly, but it is meant to be a compliment.
No, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've gotten that a lot. I think, yeah, I mean, I started writing songs when I was like 9, and I was writing about stuff that I had no idea about, like love and heartbreak and all this stuff. And I guess because I was so inspired by the artists that I was listening to, I was basically just like taking their experiences and like pretending they're my own and kind of just like writing it from my perspective, I guess. And yeah.
I did hear that back then when you first got into it, I'm not sure if you can see the record behind me, but there might have been a little bit of bit of T Swift.
Also, oh yeah. I'm always repping. She's
love it.
Well, yeah, basically, I learned everything I know about love and songwriting from Taylor. Ever since I was 9, I was just like, I want to do that. And yeah, she just taught me how to write, basically.
She is a very good storyteller, as are you. That is why we're talking today. This EP, it obviously has been a few years since those first Heartbreak kind of songs, but this EP is it does feel like a bit of a Your Blood on the Tracks or Your Nebraska, if you will. It is a little bit sadder, a little bit more heartfelt. I was just going to ask, what was the original inspiration behind some of these songs?
At BlueNile.com, you can find endless ways to make your moments sparkle. From classic and timeless jewelry gifts to creating the custom engagement ring of her dreams, all at prices you won't find at a traditional jeweler. And right now, you can save up to 40% on fine jewelry and 25% on engagement ring settings during the Blue Nile Anniversary Sale going on now. Go to BlueNile.com to shop the Blue Nile Anniversary Sale and save up to 40%. That's BlueNile.com.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Well, a lot of my songs come from writing from like characters' perspectives and stuff. And, Tucson's a very character-driven song. And that was kind of like a story that I created myself, just about this like lonely, like dive bar singer who just wants to get out of their small town and feeling like they can't get out. All that fun stuff. And, a few of the songs are, written introspectively. So like Highways song is a very personal song to me. And You Mean the Ever Rising Sea, the closing track, is also very personal as well. But also like the song If I Could, I Would. I actually wrote that after I watched Sons of Anarchy. It's so ridiculous. Nice. I love that show. And I was just really like, I think the dynamic and like the relationship between Jax and Tara really just like made me think. I was like, oh my God, what would I do in that situation? That would be the most complicated relationship. It would be so annoying, what an inconvenience. And yeah, so that's basically just about like being with someone that you shouldn't be with. So all the songs kind of come from like my own personal experiences, but also from other people's perspectives. But I think there's always a sense of like a personal connection for me with any song I write. And I think that's what makes it really fun for me.
Yeah, of course. Have you, I guess, similar to Miss Swift, has there ever been kind of a moment of having these kind of personal lyrics, having these like your own experiences within these songs, and that kind of permeate into real life in terms of, I guess, is there a real life Jake Gyllenhaal equivalent? Is there a red scarf somewhere in WA?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I feel like Taylor has been the soundtrack to all of my relationships that I've had. Not that there have been many. But, yeah, absolutely. I feel like she has a song for every sort of point in a relationship. And that's what I think that's why I connect with her so much, is because there's always a song everyone. Yeah, I think I mean, I love writing about whatever, but I think it's really special when you get to write a song about something that you've been through yourself. It's basically free therapy. And then when you play those songs for an audience, you know, there's nothing more rewarding than writing music and people coming up to you and being like, oh my gosh, I've been through the same thing. Like that, I relate to that song so much. And I think, yeah, that's why people resonate with Taylor, or, you know, any sort of artist that writes from their heart. I think it's like a comforting thing for people to listen to songwriters and know that they're not alone in what they're feeling. And that's kind of like always been my goal when I'm writing songs. I'm like, I hope that my words reach someone and make them feel a bit more reassured.
Yeah, 100%. I feel that this EP, the songs did have a beautiful kind of almost like lived in feeling to them, if that makes sense, that there was a quality about them that instantly recognizable while still being a new song that you hadn't heard before. Do you find that, I guess, and this is the last thing we'll mention about Taylor, I promise, but obviously that she's gone down a more poppier path at different points. I guess for you and this project of your music, did you find that, I guess, alt country or country, is they like, that was more, I guess, what resonated with you in terms of when you were writing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, country music will always be a part of me, and it'll always come out in some way in every single song that I write. And I think this EP, like any sort of body of work by any artist, is just a really good indication of who they are at the time. And I think this is a perfect little like snapshot of who I am sonically around, or who I was at that time, you know. Yeah. And I hope people know that it's like, it's a point in time, and it's not like this is what the next song is going to sound like off the next thing that I put out, you know. And I think the thing with like people like labeling genres and stuff, that's what I'm always kind of afraid of, like, because my music taste is like so chaotic, and I have so many I find inspiration from all different kinds of music. And, you know, I think, I hope people, I don't want to be like pigeonholed into like just one thing, but yeah, I think country will always be a part of me because I grew up on it, and I adore it. Yeah, and I hope, this is just, Highways and Heartbreaks is just it's just a snapshot of me last year and a bit this year. So yeah.
That's very, very fair. It is I'll say it again, it is a gorgeous EP. I know that you're about to start playing, I think, a few shows with Bob Evans in Perth in support of the EP and his tour. Are you looking forward to getting back in front of a crowd and being able to play some of these songs?
Yes, I'm so excited. I feel like I haven't really played that much, just with COVID, just sort of, hey, we're here. It's like a bit terrifying. But I'm going to be in Melbourne in April playing a show with Bob Evans, and then, going down south and then back in Perth in the end of April. I'm so excited. I played a few shows with him in Sydney last year, and it was just, it was so much fun. I've never been on a tour. I've never played anywhere other than WA, so that was a really cool thing for me to do. And I'm just excited to keep playing wherever they'll have me, you know?
I think with this EP, I think with this EP you'll find there's a lot more invitations for you to go play different places. What was it? Good Day Sunshine Festival as well in September.
Oh my God.
Leon Bridges.
Yeah. Oh, I keep
Brothers.
forgetting about it. And then people are like, oh. I know. I love Leon Bridges. My manager and I, we are obsessed with him. And, oh my God, Thelma Plum, she followed me back the other day and I screamed. I was so excited. So that's a huge deal for me. I'm so excited about that. It's crazy.
Having a look at the lineup and listening to the EP, I think that it fits in perfectly. I imagine that's just going to be an absolutely magical day of kind of these incredible folky soul country artists. It looks like it's one hell of a festival lineup.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Oh, I'm scared.
For people who are going to catch you with Bob or with Leon, whoever it may be, what can people expect from your live show?
Well, a roller coaster of emotions. There's a lot of sad songs. There's some uplifting moments, but it's mostly depressing. But I feel like my shows with the band and my shows solo, because I'm solo opening for Bob Evans. I feel like my solo shows kind of lean in more to that sort of country acoustic singer-songwriter vibe, and then my shows with the band, they're very they're a lot heavier actually. I feel like when I started playing with the band, my songs just automatically got heavier. So yeah, I think the band is a bit more rock, country, yeah, just a bit heavier, and then my solo stuff is a lot more just singer-songwriter. These are the songs that I've written from my heart. Yeah.
No, that's very, very cool. I think both kind of iterations, I think that there's always something good to be said about songs that can stand up by themselves when they are played acoustically. Even though you've got a good foundation of a track, if you can play it like that. So I think that's a good sign. And then obviously, who doesn't love a full band? A bit of, as you said, a bit of a heavy behind you.
Oh, I love playing with my band. It is just, I have so much fun with those guys. They're honestly such great people, and I'm just so lucky. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Siobhan, usually would ask our guests what they're currently listening to, if there's anything that's kind of taken your fancy at the moment or is a staple on your record player or streaming service.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to have to look at my Spotify real quick. Whenever somebody asks me that, I don't know. I panic. Oh my gosh. I've been listening to a lot of Leon Bridges because just to get myself pumped up. So yeah, honestly, his song Bad News is just my jam at the moment. I've been listening to that on repeat. I think I'm going to have to go with that one.
That's a very, very solid track from, I think, what was that, from his second album, but a great, great track nonetheless. Siobhan, thank you very much for your time today. I do appreciate you being on the podcast, and congratulations again on the EP, Highways and Heartbreaks. It is out next week, March 31st, and we'll make sure we put a link in the podcast episode so people can listen to it.
Cool. Thank you so much for having me. This is really fun.
And that's our show. A massive thank you to Siobhan Cotchin for her time. Highways and Heartbreaks is out next week, and we've left links in the show notes if you'd like to pre-save the EP. We also want to give a huge shout out to Alyce at Aanthologies for helping out with today's interview. If you like this show, please subscribe wherever you get your pods and stay up to date when new episodes are released. We release new shows each Wednesday and Friday morning, and we now have a Patreon, which you can find within the show notes of this episode. You can follow the playlist profile on Spotify, and you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Until next week, cheers.
Imagine the softest sheets you've ever felt. Now imagine them getting even softer over time. That's what you'll feel with Boll & Branch's best-selling signature sheets in 100% organic cotton. In a recent customer survey, 96% replied that Boll & Branch sheets get softer with every wash. Start getting your best night's sleep in sheets that get softer and softer for years to come. Try their sheets with a 30-night guarantee. Plus, get 15% off your first order at bollandbranch.com, code BUTTERY. Exclusions apply. See site for details.